Were you passionate about cooking from an early age?
I think, yeah, a very early age. The first time I ever cooked anything was when I was, I think, about 9. And I remember sitting down with my mother and father, and we'd just eaten. And of course, that age, when you're that age, you've just eaten and you're still hungry. So about half an hour later, I said to my mother, I'm hungry. So she jokingly said, well, go and make yourself something. When I went in the kitchen and actually made some scrambled eggs, and came back in, and she was amazed. I was sat there next to her eating scrambled eggs. And, so I think then I sort of had an inkling. I hadn't decided, but I had an inkling that that's what I wanted to do. And then as I got older into my sort of teens, that was what I decided. Yeah, I'd really like to do that. And that was it. Decision made.
And so what led you to want to study at the Westminster Culinary School? What attracted you to that particular institution?
In those days, it was in the 60s, 1960s. It was really the only culinary school in England at the time, and it was the best. I mean, it was world renowned. It was very difficult to get into the school, and you had to have very daunting, because I was 15 when I joined that. I left school at 15 and went into culinary school at 15. And very daunting to have a panel of like 12 people sat in front of you, all these famous chefs, asking you questions about food, and at that age you don't really know anything about food. I remember one of the main questions they asked me was, what was the last thing you cooked? And I told them, and then I had to wait 3 agonising weeks to get a letter to say you've been accepted. But at the time it was right in the middle of London, so it was the place to be, and of course everything stemmed from there. It was an amazing experience. Three-year program, amazing experience. Yeah.
3-year program, wow.
Yeah.
Basically like going off to school, but I mean the fact that you were 15 and going off to this program. Yeah. I don't think many 15-year-olds know what they want to do at that age. And so, what did you do after you graduated? What was your first experience?
My first experience was all my friends that were leaving school grabbed what majority of people will do, the highest paid they could get. And one of my instructors took me aside the day I was leaving and said, where are you going? I said, I haven't fully decided yet. He said, well, take my advice. Don't do what everyone else is doing, running and grabbing the nearest, best money they can get. Go to the best place. Even if they pay you nothing, go to the best place. So I said, that sounds like good advice. He said, because once that's on your resume, that'll give you, the rest of your life will give you that step up. So he made a call for me. He made a call to a hotel, at the time was number 4 in the world, which is called the Connaught Hotel in Mayfair. And compared to all the very large hotels, it's relatively small, but it's very elite. It's very, very expensive, very small kitchen, and I actually started my first job there. And I think at the time I was earning £7 a week, which is about $12 a week. My room was like 5, travel was like 3, so I was in debt every week, but I stuck it out for 2 years, and it was just incredible, because every time, and it's true, I wanted another job, they would say, where have you been working? I said, at Connaught, come and see me. So good advice, yeah. And good advice today for youngsters, think of that one.
Yeah, really think about where you're